In a triumphant tour of areas recaptured from Armenian forces, Azerbaijan's President Ilham Aliyev celebrated what he called the restoration of his country's territorial integrity. Last week, both countries signed a Russian-backed peace deal that ended 6 weeks of fighting over the Nagorno Karabakh region. The truce has sparked fury in Armenia after the government agreed to hand over parts of the enclave and other areas controlled by Armenian separatists. Now, Russian peacekeeping troops are on the ground, where they've cleared a road expected to become the only access Armenians will have to Nagorno Karabakh. Well, our international correspondent Annalise Borges is on the ground there for us, and she sent us this report from the town of Lachin.
Russian soldiers have started what is set to become a 5-year peacekeeping mission in and around the disputed Nagorno Karabakh.
Yesterday, as the tanks went by, we cried.
Valia runs a cafe in the town of Lachin that lends its name to the strategic corridor soon to become the only passageway Armenians will have to reach the territory. An area now guarded by Russian troops, who Valia is quickly growing fond of.
They're so nice. I wake up in the morning and say to them, "Hello, good morning, how are you doing?" I ask if they want tea or coffee. They say no, no thank you. I wonder if they're afraid to talk to us.
2,000 Russian soldiers are expected to monitor peace under the ceasefire deal negotiated by Moscow. And they have started setting up observation posts alongside the M12 highway that runs through the corridor, still deeply marked by the latest round of fighting. Most residents here still have no electricity or running water, and yet many are determined to stay.
We've seen so much that it's impossible not to be afraid. But because of my homeland, because of the graves I have here, because of the roof over my head, I really want to stay.
Araxia has lived here for 20 years. When the war broke, she didn't leave. Instead, she decided to open her doors to Armenian soldiers who often come for a coffee or a nap and who didn't want to be filmed. Now she's going to see them go and finds it difficult to predict what will happen next.
I don't know, my child. I can't answer. I want to stay here until the last days of my life because I'm at an age where I can get a heart attack at any moment. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. This is my corner of the world.
Araxia's corner of the world is a land others also claim as rightfully theirs. For now, peace seems to be secured by some external, powerful players. But what happens after they're gone is the question very few here dare to answer.
Well, Annalise is still in Armenia reporting for us, and she says Russia has a long history in the region.
It has a long history of selling weapons to both Armenia and Azerbaijan. And as you mentioned, it played a crucial role in the cessation of hostilities. It has brokered that ceasefire deal between Armenia and Azerbaijan, is now leading the diplomatic efforts, if you will, in trying to find a sustainable solution to this crisis, a political solution, according to Russia. It has the support of France and the United States. All these countries have been urging Armenia and Azerbaijan to re-engage in political negotiations under the framework of the Minsk group. Now, all eyes are, of course, in another key player in this crisis. Turkey has been accused of playing an active role in the war by providing weapons and personnel to Azerbaijan, something that Ankara denies. There was talk of Turkey potentially also being involved in this peacekeeping mission here in the region, something that the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, has said it's not going to happen. He says the objective now is to de-escalate tensions and not add fuel to the fire.
There is a lot of anger, as we were talking about yesterday, Annalise, in Armenia towards the government and particularly the Prime Minister. How viable is his position? How stable do you think it is?
Not stable at all, Rosie. The Prime Minister has lost two of his ministers, Nikol Pashinyan, is blamed by many here in Armenia for the significant amount of losses that this country has suffered. He is under mounting pressure to resign, something that, at least for now, he says he's not going to do. In a post on Facebook just a short while ago, he reinforced that promise to stay put. He says his priority right now is to maintain stability in this country. This is a nation very much on the edge, Rosie. Many protests have been organized in recent days. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of sadness. Of course, this is a country still reeling from a significant amount of losses.